These are the Comic Kings.
Yep, Charlamagne the God.
Gabe P.
We are the Comic Kings. Sorry to keep you waiting. You know, me and Gabe are both very busy, so we do these when we can. Plus, you know, as a comic book nerd, I don't know how, I guess, deep to go sometime.
What do you mean?
Meaning, like, yo, we can come here and discuss comic books.
Right, we can.
You know, like, but I don't know if people would rather that or when we talk about what's going on in the Marvel universe or the DC
or the
universe
DC
on the
stuff.
film. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Plus, we're in like this weird time period where there's not a lot coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like we're in this like this really weird gap between like, you know, Joker and I think Birds of Prey comes out in February, and then I think after that is Black Widow, and then after that is Wonder Woman. So we're in like this like weird little break period where there's nothing coming out. There's no MCU movies coming out for a while. And then eventually, like, starting next year is when they kind of, like, rev up into high gear with, like, the TV shows.
TV shows, yeah.
And then I think 2021 is going to be, like, one of the biggest years for comic book movies because you got 4 MCU movies. You got, like, 2 or 3 DC movies, I think. You got the Batman trilogy, the Batman movie with Robert Pattinson.
Yep.
You got The Rock, the Black Adam movie. Suicide Squad. And
is The Rock guaranteed to play Black Adam? Because I keep hearing that's not happening.
No, 100%. He's playing Black Adam. I think they start filming the movie this July.
Got you.
And then the movie comes out 2021 in July.
Yeah, and I'm the guy that's always on all the YouTube videos. So I watch all of the like
You sent me like the crazy theories too. You sent me like the like the super far out ones too.
Because those are the fun joints. Like when you're watching especially when you're in between movies and you're just trying to figure out, you know, what's going to happen and what's going to land where. Like, I love those YouTube theories.
And they're crazy, too. Some of them be, like, really out of left field. I forgot which one you sent me. I think you sent me a Namor one once.
The last one I just watched was Black Panther. Dr. Doom was going to be the villain in Black Panther.
I saw that. You know, I saw some guy reported it, and I know I follow him on Twitter. He's, like, the actual guy who, like, kind of broke the story. But he said it's just something that he heard. It's not, like, something that he believes is confirmed. But I think that'd be interesting because Black Panther has like a lot of ties to the Fantastic Four.
Yes.
I think it was in the original Fantastic Four TV show, like back in, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, 70s, 80s, whenever it came out, the animated joint, like one of the first episodes that they did, Black Panther was introduced in it and they brought him in. So I think it'd be interesting. I think Black Panther 2, if it wasn't Dr. Doom, I want it to be Namor. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you and I are very, I feel like, vocal about, like Namor and Black Panther 2.
And Dr. Doom, I mean, in the comics, he's tried to take vibranium before.
Exactly, yeah.
So, maybe.
Someone was thinking, I forgot somebody said, maybe he's trying to, like, conquer, maybe he's trying to expand Latveria or whatever, and he's trying to take over Wakanda or something like that. But they can do that now. I mean, they have free reign to do it, but I don't think that, I don't know for Black Panther 2. I think I'd rather have them do Namor. I think we should still wait a little bit before we do Doom. I'd rather see him in a Fantastic Four movie before I see him in anything else.
Black Panther 2 is going to be so interesting simply because when it comes to, you know, the world of Wakanda, I've always thought that the world of Wakanda was more interesting than Black Panther.
I agree.
Like I love the character Black Panther, but the world around him is just so rich.
They didn't even get to go into the city in the movie.
Exactly. So it's like in part 2, you got to explore all of that.
And I think that that's a good way to kind of, if you want to explore the culture more, I feel like that would be dope if they had Namor and like Atlantis in there too, because then you kind of see how the culture of Wakanda and then like the culture of I believe it's still Atlantis in the Marvel world, how those two cultures like clash together. And I don't know, I just think that'd be way more interesting to see than, you know, seeing Doctor Doom and whatnot. Because I think what they want to do, they want to cast like maybe a Pacific Islander to play Namor or an Asian person to play Namor, because since Atlantis is like smack dab in the middle of the Pacific, it would make more sense for.
I always thought The Rock would have been a dope Namor.
I still think I heard that like he wanted to meet with Feige, but it wasn't. It was just, you know, trying to get into a Marvel movie, not so much playing Namor. But I did hear a lot of people want him to play Namor, but I want somebody maybe like on the younger side, so someone who could play Namor for like 15 years.
But isn't Namor like wild? Oh, you mean for the future though?
Yeah, for the future. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, with that CGI technology where they can make, you know, Nick Fury look like he's 15.
Oh my God, yeah, they made him look like that. They made Pulp Fiction Nick Fury, but yeah, and that's actually a funny segue because in the Black Widow trailer they actually showed General Ross from Civil War, Incredible Hulk. They showed him de-aged too. They had that de-aging technology, which I think is great for them. You know what I'm saying? If they want to keep doing that, and I'm more excited for them to fill in like the holes in the past now, and while still going forward in time. You know, like I love the whole Ant-Man. Michael Douglas thing in the past, like that I don't know. I like how they filled in the holes for that.
What do we think of Black Widow trailer?
I liked it. The first time I watched it, I was like, all right, this is cool. Like, this is just something, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really excited for Eternals more than I am for Black Widow. I feel like they should have done a Black Widow movie before they did the Captain Marvel movie. And I think if they put this movie out when it took place, like if they put this out right after Civil War, I would have been like, this is dope. This is like a great segue to Infinity War and Endgame. But now that they're putting it out, I'm like, all right, it's cool. But like, what? Like how you always say, what's the next step? Like, why is Black Widow now? Why are we doing this now? That's just my only question. Is like, where do we go from this? Like, what is this supposed to set up for me?
That is why I am reserving judgment. I don't think the Black Widow trailer was whack at all. I thought the Black Widow trailer was dope. Only thing I wanted to know is what role does this movie play in the larger Marvel universe? I think it can set up like a Thunderbolts movie. You know what I'm saying? Like the Thunderbolts, basically Suicide Squad for Marvel with all villains. I feel like that's been something that, you know, there's a lot of villains that haven't died in the MCU. Maybe, and General Ross is normally the leader of the Thunderbolts. Maybe you take Taskmaster out and put him into the Thunderbolts movie. I don't know. This is just me spitballing. How does that happen? How does that go into a Thunderbolts movie? Okay, so my theory is, all right, so you got, in this movie you have the Red Guardian, which is played by David Harbour. That tricked me. I thought that was Captain Britain for 2 seconds. Really? I don't know why. The reason I thought it was Captain Britain for 2 seconds, because in the Endgame, they make a reference to
I know
Captain Britain.
I forgot his last name. They say his last name.
Braddock.
Right?
Yes. So they make a reference to him. So I was like, oh shit. But then I was like, oh no, that's not Captain Britain. I think Red Guardian. Yeah, I think like, you know, when you have Red Guardian, because I don't know if he's really a villain. It's more like an anti-hero. And then you have Taskmaster, who, you know, Taskmaster is one of personally my favorite villains because he can just copy. He has like great muscle memory. He like remembers, you know, he can fight anybody. He can copy anybody's moves. So I think that they're not just gonna get rid of a hero like that or just get rid of him, like, you know, kill him off or whatever. I think he's gonna be around for a while. And I think that if they keep bringing Ross back in these movies, it has to be for a reason. You know, maybe he'll become Red Hulk eventually. Maybe this will lead to him becoming Red Hulk. But I think a Thunderbolts movie, you know, you got Ghost still alive from Ant-Man. Justin Hammer's out there somewhere in the world. Well, you got to think about that time frame, though. How so? Oh, well, that being in... if they were all alive then I don't know. We got to think post-Endgame now, yeah. No, I think they could do it. I also was wondering about Black Widow. I wonder if anything was altered in the trailer. No. It was anything altered because of like Captain America going back. Remember how they say all these alternate timelines were being created? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wonder if there's an alternate timeline in this Black Widow movie somewhere. That's an interesting. I think the Russo brothers have come out saying that that there have always been two Caps in the MCU. There's been Old Man Cap, who's just been chilling in the back this whole time. Which kind of goes against how they explain time travel in the movie. But, I mean, you know, whatever. But there's always been two Caps in the MCU. So I think Black Widow is still the same timeline, but it will be interesting to see how it plays out, especially because there's also a scene with Robert Downey Jr. in the movie, which I think is taken from Civil War. I don't know. That's just me speculating. And there was these old stills from when they were shooting Black Widow where she was in the Soul Realm. She was where the Soul Stone was again. I can't remember the name of the place. Are you sure that from... let me Google that to make sure. But I remember seeing something like that. Black Widow movie, Soul Stone. She was in the Soul Realm. Hold on, let me make sure. But see, that's one of my biggest fear, I think, with Black Widow. Because like I don't want Black Widow to ever come back to life, or I don't want Black Widow to be in the future movies, or her not to get her own trilogy. I just think that when you kill somebody in a movie, you should keep that permanent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think like her death, like imagine they were like, oh, she came back to life at the end of this movie or back in the future or something like that. I feel like that would negate all the amazing things that they did with Endgame and having her make that sacrifice. I think that would, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't make it as meaningful anymore. And then I would watch Endgame and be like, oh, well, she's going to come back to life anyway later. Like, you know? Maybe I think I got that wrong. I think that was a deleted scene. The deleted scene with from the Endgame. With Tony Stark's daughter. She's in that? Black Widow's in that? No. There's the deleted scene was, I think they put it out on Disney Plus. It's him after he does a snap, he goes to the Soul Realm, just kind of like how Thanos did, and he saw young Gamora, and he sees an older version of his daughter who's played by the girl from 13 Reasons Why. Okay. And she just basically says, "Oh, I'm safe in the future, blah 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 blah." But like the scene, like you wouldn't like it. It's like really awkward. She the chemistry just isn't there, and it was just, I don't know. I feel like if they left that in the movie, it would have been weird. But it was just him and her. It wasn't Black Widow. So what's the alternate Black Widow scene? I don't know. Yeah, they said. I'm not sure. I saw. Let me see. Let's see. How Avengers Endgame sets up the Black Widow movie. Yeah, alternate death scene for Black Widow and Avengers Endgame.
No way. For real?
I've never seen it. Yeah, it says that Thanos and his forces descended on Vormir in a last-ditch attempt to foil their plan.
I did hear this. Yes, I did hear about this.
Leading to a pretty intense firefight. The outcome is still the same. Despite her near-fatal injuries, Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow beats Hawkeye to the punch and willingly tumbles into the sacrificial pit.
You know what? You weren't the first person to tell me. So one of my friends told me he saw that on Facebook, and then like apparently she gets shot a bunch of times, and then she crawls and she jumps over the thing, and then she still dies.
That might have been better.
That might have been better. I think
I'm not gonna front. That might have been better because the fact that she just wanted to die.
Yeah.
That don't seem Black Widow-ish.
It don't at all. But I feel like maybe
even though she is the type to sacrifice for the squad.
Of course. Maybe I think this movie might explain why she's like that. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, like this movie, it like goes right into Endgame. One of the cool little Easter eggs was at one point they're sitting at the table together and her sister's wearing the same vest that she wears in Endgame.
Okay.
It's like somebody pointed it out on Twitter. So I think that like whatever she does in this movie will eventually lead her to like being accepting of like who she is, and like that leads into Infinity War and Endgame.
Do we need more Black Widow in the future?
I don't think so. I think I'm good after this. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's so much more for you to explore now. Like, I'm cool. Like, we're going to get Ant-Man 3. Let's wrap that up. We're good off that. We don't need no more Ant-Man movies.
I heard that might set up Fantastic Four. That was one of the YouTube videos.
Really?
That was one of the YouTube theories. Ant-Man 3 might be being used just to set up the Fantastic Four.
How so? What'd they say?
Something with the quantum realm.
Oh, maybe they get their powers in the quantum realm.
In the city that lives in the quantum realm.
Oh.
The Fantastic Four might have been trapped there the whole time or some shit like that. It was a weird
It was a weird theory.
Yeah.
But that's still kind of cool, though. I kind of like that. I think they'll also maybe use it to set up the Young Avengers. Because you know what I'm saying? We have all these new shows coming out with all these young people. Miss Marvel. I heard they bought a domain for Ironheart. Riri Williams. So I heard that might be a show that they're gonna do down the line. Who else you got? You got the Hawkeye show. You have WandaVision, and they have I heard they're casting 2 babies to play Vision's and Wanda's kids, and
wow.
Those babies in the comics eventually grow up to be I think Speed or Quick. I always forget his name, but it's a speedster, and then Wiccan, who's like a warlock. So I think that what they're doing is they're really like just gonna start introducing like characters left and right, and just eventually building to that Young Avengers like Disney Plus show or the Young Avengers movie show.
Disney Plus, you gotta do Ironheart, yo. My daughters like Ironheart. My daughters don't gravitate towards none of my other comics.
Really?
But my oldest daughter, who's 11, she always gravitates towards Riri Williams and Ironheart. So I know that if it was on a TV show
that she would watch,
that would be a good daddy-daughter bonding thing. I know she would be into Riri.
He's really just asking just so he could like get his daughter to get the comics, man.
That's it. We got Disney Plus. Like, yo, Disney Plus is gonna cause fights in a lot of houses.
100%. I love Disney Plus. It's great so far.
I love it, but I haven't gotten a chance to watch it. You know why?
Yeah.
Because my kids are always on it. Like, I got to get another I got a smart TV in my room. Smart TV in the big room, smart TV downstairs. But in the playroom where the kids play, there's no smart TV, which is so stupid of us.
Right.
And we got to have Disney Plus on it. Because if not, I won't get a chance to see anything.
I think it's so foul how they didn't launch. I get why they launched with a Star Wars show, but I think it's so foul that we got to wait like a year just to get a Marvel show.
Gabe,
super foul.
You took the words right out of my fucking mouth. I'm sitting there because I downloaded Disney Plus. I'm like, fuck, I'm just going to get it now.
Might as well
have it. Plus, they got all this Disney catalog. It's for the kids. But I said to myself, why didn't they launch with a Marvel show?
Literally.
Like Captain America and Winter Soldier should have been ready to go. But
take the words right out of my mouth.
But I'm going to tell you, no, I take that back. I wouldn't have launched with Captain America and Winter Soldier.
What If?
I would have launched with What If. And the reason I would have launched with What If is because What If doesn't have anything to do with the larger universe. The reason Captain America and Winter Soldier are probably coming out after Black Widow and after, what's the next one after Black Widow?
I think it comes out, it's Eternals, but I think it comes out around the same time as Eternals, if not earlier.
When is Eternals?
Eternals is, I think, October or November of next year.
Yeah, and that's when, okay.
And it comes out fall, so I'm assuming September-ish, we'll get Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
So I'm sure all of that is intertwined.
Yes.
They could have launched with the What If, bro.
They should have launched
with What If.
Because What If isn't coming out until summer of 2021, right?
That makes no sense.
It's so far away, and they keep showing all this dope footage of like T'Challa as Star-Lord, and the Marvel Zombies episode with Captain America, and what's her name? Peggy Carter becoming Cap and Steve becoming a type of Iron Man in World War II. They should have started with that.
So it takes a long time to do animation.
Of course.
But they could have been worried. This wasn't something that they just decided to do 6 months ago.
No, it's like everything's like meticulously planned.
It would have felt better. And I'm not saying Disney Plus launched great. I mean, they got over 15 million subscribers, some crazy number like that. Of course.
I know you're not into Star Wars, but I love The Mandalorians. It's a personal thing. Mandalorian's amazing.
I haven't watched it.
Definitely, even if you don't like Star Wars, you might like it.
My wife's into Star Wars, and I was asking her the other day, I'm like, how the fuck they keep making all these Star Wars movies?
Because they got to do something with it. They're not just gonna let it. They're not just gonna let Star Wars go. They got like Star Wars is like $1 billion property now. Now they got to do something with it. Yeah. They got to keep making it. But I think that if they had launched with What If, like that's 23 episodes or 22 episodes after however many movies we're at right now, it's too many. So like if they did like 1 episode a week, that would hold us over like for 24 weeks. That would hold us over to like what? Like maybe the summertime, and then we just wait we get Black Widow, and we wait a few more weeks, and then we get Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then Eternals, and then we enter 2021, and we have like the best year of superhero movies ever with like 7 or 8 superhero movies.
Absolutely. What else?
So what else we got? All right, so we got a lot of DC news.
Boo!
But we're gonna hit the DC news in a second, but we got a few Disney Plus things happening. So I don't know if you heard, but Tom Holland said so he's been doing press for like this new movie. And he actually said that he was drunk when he called the Disney CEO, and basically his drunkenness saved Spider-Man.
Really?
Because apparently he like
cried.
He apparently he cried on the phone or whimpered, as he said, and he was like, and then the Disney CEO was like, "Oh, there's a way where we can make this happen."
Tom, we appreciate you, King. Salute to you, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
We respect that. You know what I'm saying? If you love something, fight for it.
You know, they wouldn't even let him take pictures with everybody at Disney at the Disney Expo where they revealed all the other MCU shows.
No.
So apparently, like all the heroes were together. Like I guess whatever Disney Plus people were or Disney people were there. Like Robert Downey Jr. went on. He couldn't be in pictures with them.
Wow.
Yeah, that's foul, right?
I don't even understand. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of like radio personality beef when people work at 2 different radio stations.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't let them take pictures. I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Like he's still part of the at that point he was part of the MCU, but now it's like he's good. I just thought that was funny because like he was drunk and the Disney CEO called him. But anyway,
I respect that.
We got there's a lot of Disney Plus stuff. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier's already started shooting. Okay. They got a bunch of new characters in the show.
I saw some pictures from the set.
Yeah, because now we so since we our last episode they released like this Disney Plus special, which we saw some costume pictures for Falcon, for the Winter Soldier, for U.S. Agent, who I guess from set photos it looks like the government created him and they're like promoting him as like the new Captain America, which I think is interesting because I heard that the show was going to revolve around how the government doesn't want Sam Wilson to be Captain America.
Because he's black, probably. You know that's one of the
but I think that's a great plot for the show. I think that's really interesting that they're doing that.
That's why I want them to bring back Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel is actually a character that I would like.
He's part of the Ultimates.
He's part of the Avengers at one point too.
Yeah.
Part of the Ultimates, but like Blue Marvel is like a super strong character in the MCU, but he was black, and like they didn't want him to be a superhero because he was black. So he kind of just like I don't want to say went into hiding, but he just tucked his superhero powers away.
That's insane. I would like that.
And that was during the Kennedy era. JFK is the one who told me that he can't be a superhero. So that's something that I would like to bring back. So that's interesting to see if they would really explore that with Sam Wilson. Like, we can't have a black man as Captain America.
It's interesting to see. Like, I want to know how long these shows are going to be because the Star Wars episodes range from like 30 minutes to 45 minutes.
Really?
So, like, I don't know. I feel like if they do these shows, I feel like I want like a full hour episode for each Disney Plus episode. And like, especially because now they got, so if U.S. Agent is going to be considered like a villain of the show or an anti-hero in the show, then what are they going to do with like Baron Zemo? Because Zemo's supposed to be back in the show as well.
You know what's interesting? It's interesting you say that. I don't think that it's going to be like Netflix where it's 12 episodes.
It's only 6 episodes, I think.
Yeah. Because that would make more sense. Like for them to do the high value that we know Marvel can do.
$25 million episode, I heard.
Get the fuck out of
here.
Like
15 to 25 mil for every episode.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. So yeah, it's only going to be like 6 episodes.
Because Mandalorian's the same way. It's like 15 mil, 10 mil an episode. They said these shows are just as expensive as Game of Thrones. The final season of Game of Thrones.
Wow.
Yeah. Because you got to think about all the VFX and all the, the shit that, I mean, I feel like Falcon the Winter Soldier is going to cost less. because it's not like fantastical. I think that's the right word.
Like the Vision of Scarlet Witch shit'll probably be
the Vision of Scarlet Witch shit is gonna be the Loki shit's gonna be through the roof.
Loki through the roof.
But I think that this is a very on the ground type of show. But it gets you excited, right?
I'm fucking excited thinking about that.
The whole series is just gonna cost the same as like a regular movie.
Marvel movie. Yeah, hell yeah.
Like think about it this way: the budget for Deadpool was like 50
It's
mil.
not gonna be an hour long then.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I want it to be because you have so much to explore now because you got the U.S. agent. I heard they're adding some other well-known characters into the show, and then on top of that, you got Baron Zemo coming back as a villain from Civil War.
25 million episode would have to be an hour though, right?
It would.
I'm just thinking about it from movie terms because if it's 25 million episode, 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, that's 125, 150 million dollars.
Yes.
That's a hell of a budget, bro.
That's a movie.
And then that's 6 hours.
It's amazing.
Listen, I don't give a fuck.
Disney Plus is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
They're doing some casting for Loki now too. Loki's gonna be, I think, 2021 as well, or is it next year? I forgot. But they casted a female Loki reportedly, which I think is cool because Loki and WandaVision are supposed to lead into Doctor Strange into the multiverse. Okay. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see what they do because I know in the comics there have been times where Loki has like changed his age and he's also gender swapped at times. So I don't know if it's going to be, Loki flips his gender in one of the episodes or there's going to be multiple Lokis in it now. But I think it's going to be interesting to see like how the WandaVision show and like their kids come about and then having Loki also in an alternate universe now kind of doing his thing and then how like Doctor Strange into the multiverse is going to bring all of that together. It's going to be cool to see because I feel like we needed a scary Doctor Strange movie. We're going to get it. And then whatever happens in WandaVision, I feel like is going to be some batshit crazy.
And that would make so much sense to have Loki into the multiverse because
I want Loki back. I feel like Loki's the one character I want back.
I think Doctor Strange is what's going to really Doctor Strange is what's going to open up the MCU to being able to introduce the X-Men, being able to introduce Fantastic Four. Because like we've said on this podcast before, it's such an easy fix if you introduce them through the multiverse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the X-Men always existed somewhere. Fantastic Four always existed somewhere.
Right.
Like it would be such an easy motherfucking fix, especially if you introduce, a character like Galactus, right? Mm-hmm. If you introduce a character like Galactus who goes around eating worlds in different universes, then it would make sense to be the fucking... to have, you could do that.
Yeah, or like Silver Surfer too. Yes. I can't wait till they do Silver Surfer. And that'd be, what if Wanda's the one who creates mutants? What if she, because
I wouldn't like that.
You wouldn't like that? Because in the comics she has the no more mutants thing and then she gets rid of mutants and whatnot.
She killed all the mutants. That was that
House
the House of M?
House of M,
House of M series. Yeah, I don't know if I would like that.
I think it's going to be interesting because like she's basically creating a new reality. So someone said maybe she created a new reality in the mirror dimension from Doctor Strange. Remember when Doctor Strange did the thing and he created like a different reality in the mirror dimension? So some people are saying that maybe she creates a new reality in the mirror dimension and that's where that's why the show is set to be in like the 50s and then half the show is reportedly supposed to be filmed in front of a live studio audience. So it's supposed to be like a real sitcom. And then it's going to transition midway through the show into like a Doctor Strange blow your mind type of television show. Like it's going to gradually get there throughout the season and then it's just going to go into whatever it turns into and go right into Doctor Strange. But half the show is supposed to be filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Interesting.
Which I would very much like to be part of that live studio audience because I feel like that's going to be like insane. And I wonder if this means that Vision will be back permanently going forward.
Well, if it's a multiverse, we don't know what Vision she may grab.
Or maybe she creates a new Vision.
She might create a new Vision because didn't Siri download Vision's program?
Shuri.
I think
that you told me this theory actually. This is one of the theories you sent me. Yeah. You sent me a theory that Shuri downloaded Vision's
program
or part of Vision's programming.
So it's there.
That would be interesting to see because I don't know. I feel like that it's just gonna be like Scarlet Witch is just gonna create another dimension or universe, and then that's how we're gonna get that. But I think it's interesting because then you got Monica Rambeau is gonna be in the show. Mm-hmm. Then you're gonna have her children. I think they're just shooting all these characters out and like. They're just kind of trying to I think they're trying to build is like they're like you want a comic book universe in real life bet and they're just gonna have like all these characters so like people could have like some time off where you might not see Chadwick Boseman for 3 or 4 years but that don't mean that other things aren't going on in those 3 or 4 years that you can't enjoy and watch.
They can't afford to do that. Chadwick is 42 years old.
He can still play Black Panther for a while.
Well, Black don't crack.
So, Robert Downey Jr. was Iron Man for like 10 years.
Robert Downey Jr. What? You're right. You're absolutely right.
I think Robert Downey Jr. I think he started playing Iron Man when he was like 46. So I think Chadwick could play Black Panther for a long time.
Tony Stark has never been young.
I feel like mid-30s.
I always thought he was a billionaire playboy that was well off into his late 40s, early 50s. I always thought that, even in the comic books.
I always thought he was like 30.
Isn't it wild how you didn't even age in the comic books like that?
It's crazy how it's like 60 years of comics, and then they're like, oh, but by the way, everything in the comic book continuity is like in a 3-year time period.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know how much fucking crazy shit happens in those 3 years then?
Absolutely.
You got like the Infinity War, you have this, and you have Secret Wars, and it's just like supposed to be like a 2-year time period.
What else?
But switching over to your favorite parts, we got a lot of DC stuff. Did you ever see Joker?
I have not seen Joker yet. I'm so fucking sorry.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I haven't gone to see it. I spent the whole vacation in South Carolina. I went to go see Queen and Slim. I didn't get a chance.
How was Queen and Slim?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I didn't necessarily.
We don't have to talk about it.
I just thought I'd ask. I'm not ready to talk about Queen and Slim yet. I'm just not. Let me let them make some more money this weekend. And maybe some money next week, and we can have a discussion about Queen and Slim.
So with Joker crossed $1 billion, right? And I know you haven't seen Joker, so I won't spoil it for you. But Joker, I thought was great. And I think one of the rumors now is that DC is going to try to do more of these villain standalone movies or standalone movies that don't connect to their main DC universe, which doesn't even connect to itself anymore. So one of the things I heard is that they're going to do a Lex Luthor movie, but without Superman. How does that make you feel?
A Lex Luthor movie without
Superman.
I'm not mad at that because I don't think I've ever seen a Lex. I'm not a DC guy, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. I've never seen a Lex Luthor origin story.
I mean, in Smallville, kinda in the Smallville television show.
I don't watch that shit.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, there has been but Superman wouldn't exist. Period. Like, it'd be an adult Lex Luthor, and like, I guess the person trying to like, I shit you not, adult Lex Luthor. He'd be president. And Lois Lane would be like the one trying to take him down, but it would be his movie.
Why doesn't Superman exist in this world?
I think they're trying to do like Elseworld movies, and like Elseworld is like a type of comic within DC continuity where things are like not the main line thing. So there's like how Joker is like, I'm not gonna spoil Joker. I'm gonna try not to, but like how I feel like Joaquin Phoenix's Joker wouldn't become the Crown Prince of crime in like that universe. I feel like he's not gonna be the type of guy to go rob a bank, to go break in somewhere. He's just causing mayhem. Like that was just his thing in the movie. I can never see him being.
What about if they do a sequel? Because eventually you got to get to that, right?
I don't think they need to do a sequel for that. I don't think that his Joker was just the point of that movie was just to highlight how we as a society treat people with mental illness.
Really?
That was the whole point of that movie.
But I read that they're doing a sequel to Joker.
I think that they said they're not.
It made $1 billion, bro.
It did make $1 billion, but I just don't know where they will go with a sequel. Like I can't see that version of the Joker being able to fight Batman and win.
But he's gonna grow though, right? He's gonna grow. He's gonna grow. He's gonna evolve. He's gonna learn more tricks. He's gonna learn how to be more crazy.
I guess, but I just can't see it. I can't see him becoming the arch nemesis of Batman. Like maybe one day, but like the problem is Batman in the movie is like a kid. He's like 10 years old. And Joaquin Phoenix is, roughly probably 40 in the movie. So by the time he's 25 or Batman's 25, Joaquin Phoenix will be like well off into it.
At that point he'll be mad evil though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
He'll be the wild Joker that we know that knows how to blow shit up and really is a mastermind now.
Yeah, I guess. I also wanted to,
they're going to do something. They made $1 billion.
They have to. I mean, but they got the Batman trilogy, which starts next in 2 years with Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Another trilogy?
Yeah, but like it's like his own. It's like its own. It's going to be like Christopher Nolan-esque, where it doesn't really connect to anything just yet. It's just Batman. So I wanted to ask you this. So they casted Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, which I thought was great. I thought that was amazing casting. They casted Andy Serkis.
I thought Logan, what's her name? Logan Larice. Let me Google her name. From Dear White People, the light-skinned young lady?
Yes, of course.
I thought she'd have been a better Catwoman.
She would have been a better.
I'm not mad at Zoe though. Logan Brown. No, it is Logan.
Logan Reese or
Logan.
The main character.
Logan Browning. I'm sorry.
The main character of Dear White People.
Yeah. Her middle name is Larice.
I think she would have made it. I think they wanted somebody older to kind of match with Robert Pattinson. But it's interesting, and I wanted your opinion on this before we go. Robert Pattinson said 2 things this past week that kind of got people upset with the movie. One thing was he said he hopes that the Batman movie will not create the same type of fame that the Twilight movies gave him. And in my personal opinion, I think that's one of the dumbest comments you could make because you're playing a superhero.
It's going to be bigger.
And you're not just playing,
Ant-Man.
Yeah, you're not playing Ant-Man.
No, I know this. Ant-Man's the truth. But you're not playing Cyborg, buddy.
But when you think of superheroes, you think of 3 people. You think Superman, Spider-Man, and Batman. And you're playing Batman. Right. So I don't know. That was one thing I was like, I don't know what you expect from this. You're playing Batman.
You're the new Batman. There's nobody who's ever played Batman that did not get a level of fame from playing Batman.
Even Ben Affleck, he got a boost in his fame.
Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton, Christopher. No, not Christopher.
No, he's the one who directed. I'm blanking right now.
It's Chris something, though.
It's Chris from the Dark Knight trilogy. I'm blanking too right now.
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. Thank you.
Christian Bale.
The guy.
Yes, Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, Ben Affleck.
The 90s, even the 90s Batman animated series, Kevin Conroy.
Conroy.
And then Mark Hamill as the Joker. Like, if you play these characters and Batman, whatever, you're going to be famous. No matter what. You're going to get huge from that.
Lou Ferrigno is the Incredible Hulk, bro.
Lou Ferrigno is the Incredible Hulk.
Mark Ruffalo is the Incredible Hulk. And nothing you can do about that.
Chris Evans will forever be Captain America.
Like Tom Holland is Spider-Man.
Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man.
Yeah, it's going to happen, bro. Chadwick Boseman is Black Panther. Like, and by the way, 100%. Those people we're talking about, a lot of them were B-list characters for a long time.
Of course.
Batman has been A-list for a long time.
Literally nobody cared about Iron Man until 2008.
Yeah, except, unless you was a Ghostface fan. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. No, you're right.
Unless you was a Ghostface fan. But other than that, no.
And he also said, he also called Batman, he said Batman wasn't a superhero. He said, and I don't have it verbatim, but he said, to be a superhero, don't you have to have like magical powers or something?
All right, he don't need to be playing his character.
You
don't need to be playing a character. You don't even know what the fuck Batman is about. Batman is about strategic planning. You know what I'm saying? Batman is a critical thinker. If you give Batman time to game plan, he'll probably beat you.
The whole point of being Batman is that he's a superhero who doesn't have superpowers.
Yes, he's got a super brain, dickhead.
Super wallet.
Come on, it's super wallet, yeah.
Super wallet, yeah.
Super wallet, super brain. Like, come on, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't like stuff like that. Because that lets me know he's just playing the role to play the role. And by the way, you know what? I take that back. People like that probably do the best jobs. Because they don't have no emotional connection to it. So being that they don't have no emotional connection to it, all they're doing is going in there and just trying to perform their best work because that's what a good actor does.
Which I feel like Christian Bale was kind of the same way, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to play Batman after those 3 movies. He was like, all right, I'm done. We good. I'm out. That's it. So I feel like he might do a good job. I'm excited for the movie because the movie's going to have like a lot of cool villains and like the Zoe Kravitz and I feel like that's a good duo to have in the film. But I'm excited. I mean,
so for the first film, is Catwoman the main antagonist?
So I think it's based off this comic called The Long Night where he has to fight multiple villains. Like
really?
I think Zoe Kravitz they casted her. They casted Commissioner Gordon already. They casted the guy from Westworld. He's also the voice of the Watcher in the What If series. So he's going to be playing Commissioner Gordon. They casted Andy Serkis from Black Panther and Lord of the Rings as Alfred. And obviously, Rob Pattinson and whatnot. And they're 2 of the villains that they said are supposed to be in the movie but they haven't casted yet are the Riddler and Penguin.
Interesting.
And apparently, one of the rumors was Jonah Hill was in talks to be Penguin, but that fell through.
He dropped out. His body isn't shaped like that anymore.
Nah, yeah.
He lost been a great Penguin years ago.
Great Penguin. And then one of the other, I think the Josh Gad was someone who they said could be Penguin, but they haven't said anything yet. But he's supposed to be multiple villains. Like, it's not just supposed to be like, oh, he fights Joker this movie. It's like, oh, no, he fights this person, this person, this person, this person. Like, they're trying to not cram as many villains in there, but they're trying to have as many villain cameos as possible.
Got you.
Because they just, I don't know, I guess they just want to do something. But I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to the Batman movie.
Front. I don't fuck with DC, but I will watch the Batman shit. I'm not gonna lie. The Batman shit. I've always checked for Batman.
Oh, man.
Batman is one that I've always checked for from DC. Batman and the Flash, ironically. Yeah.
They should have been made the Flash movie by now. I don't understand why they're like wasting their time. I mean, I'm at least happy that The Rock is finally getting his Black Adam movie after being cast as Black Adam for like 8 years now.
Yeah.
And they're gonna have like a Justice Society of America movie intertwined with that, with like Hawkman and all that. But like
Justice League,
Justice Society. It's like
Justice Society.
It's like Justice Society or JSA is like what came before Justice League. So like some of the members of that include like Stargirl, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Martian Manhunter was in it at one point.
Martian Manhunter.
And older Green Lantern. He's someone who should have gotten a movie by now.
Martian Manhunter. I mean, I like the aesthetic of Martian Manhunter. I've always liked the look of Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, it's like I think the Supergirl TV show doesn't do him justice. Like the way he looks in it, I think it's cheap CGI, but like
I'm only talking about from the comics. I didn't even know he was in Supergirl.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
But he's only in Supergirl every now. Like he only transforms into an alien every now and then because CGI budgets and whatnot. But he was supposed to be in Man of Steel. One of the generals Zack Snyder revealed was actually Martian Manhunter the whole time, and he was going to have him transform at some point, but it just never happened. DC dropping the ball again. Look at that.
Because DC sucks.
I don't think DC sucks. We're supposed to get a Wonder Woman trailer soon.
I like some of the new stuff. I haven't seen Wonder Woman ever. Haven't seen Aquaman ever.
Did you at least see the Birds of Prey trailer?
No.
Oh, man, come on.
Only DC movie I've watched is Shazam.
Okay, but you kind of like Shazam. You said it wasn't bad.
Shazam wasn't bad at all. I saw some of Aquaman on the plane, but I caught it in the middle, so I didn't get into it. But from what I was watching on the plane, I was like, oh, this shit could look kind of dope.
The second time I watched Aquaman, I liked it. The first time I didn't like it. Second time I was like, all right, this is kind of cool. Okay. But it's a long movie.
Yeah.
But then again, we say that we sit through Avengers Endgame 30 times.
You goddamn right, because Marvel is the shit.
The shit. Well, hopefully next time we'll have a Wonder Woman trailer to talk about. Maybe we'll have some more Black Widow news and some more Disney Plus news to talk about. Sorry we make y'all wait so long, but
I know, man. Apologies.
But we wait for the news to build up, and then
boom. Then you get a 40-minute podcast.
Then you get a 40-minute episode.
Is this? I don't even know.
I don't know. I feel like we've been going for a while now, so at least you guys get a long episode. Let us know what you think of the Black Widow trailer, and we'll be back with more DC news. Again, I know you don't want to talk about DC, but we'll be back with more DC news and Marvel news soon, hopefully.
Thank you, Gabe. This has been Comic Kings.
Comic Kings.
Peace.